Whether it's being called gay, accused of being gay, accused of being a thief, accused of being anything, if somebody's lying on you and saying something about you that is not true, it just doesn't feel good.
That guys, we take that, I mean, that's like our pride and joy is our woman. And if nothing else, I mean, you can give up everything else, but that's like, you know, can't just give that up like that.
From dealing with a manager involved in drug dealing, facing prejudice from group mates, enduring rumors about his preference, to coping with the death of loved ones. These were just some of the trials Johnny Gill faced throughout his tumultuous career. Let's dive into the roller coaster journey of this young star. Johnny Gill exploded onto the R&B scene in 1990 with his hit track, My, My, My. Women everywhere were captivated by his smooth voice and undeniable charm. It seemed like he went from being just Johnny to a full-blown star overnight. His self-titled album was a hit, producing one successful track after another and firmly establishing him as a standout in the music industry. However, Johnny's path to stardom was anything but easy. Born in Washington, D.C., Johnny was the youngest of 4 brothers. His father was a minister, and his mother was a strong woman who kept the family together after his parents split when he was just 8 years old. The split hit Johnny hard, leaving a lasting impact on him. From a young age, Johnny and his brothers were deeply involved in music, forming a gospel group called the Gill Special. Despite being the smallest, Johnny had the biggest voice, a talent that he carried with him to Sousa Junior High School. Always impeccably dressed in a suit and tie, Johnny stood out among his peers. Meeting Stacy Ladisaw at school was a pivotal moment in Johnny's life. Their friendship blossomed into a relationship, and they began making music together. This collaboration led to Johnny landing his first record deal at just 15 years old. His debut single, Super Love, didn't achieve the success he had hoped for, and balancing his budding career with his relationship with Stacy proved to be challenging. Despite these early setbacks, Johnny's determination never wavered. He and Stacy released the duet Perfect Combination, which hit the charts and showcased their musical chemistry. However, the difficulties of managing a professional career while maintaining a personal relationship continued to weigh on Johnny.
Guys, we take that, I mean, that's like our pride and joy is our woman. And if nothing else, I mean, you can give up everything else, but that's like, you know, can't just give that up like that.
Johnny's big moment came when he linked up with New Edition, marking a significant turning point in his career. It all started when he met Mike Bivins, who was on the lookout for a new singer to replace Bobby Brown. Bobby had just been voted out of the group, and they needed someone who could bring the same level of intensity and talent. Johnny was that guy, but his integration into the group wasn't smooth sailing from the start. The existing members of New Edition were skeptical about Johnny joining the group. They weren't exactly thrilled about splitting their earnings with a newcomer. Despite this initial resistance, Johnny didn't let it get to him. He remained humble, respected the established dynamics of the group, and played his part without stepping on anyone's toes. His perseverance and humility eventually won the group over, and they decided to give him a shot. Johnny's first major contribution to New Edition was the song Boys to Men on the Heartbreak album. Even though he wasn't particularly enthusiastic about the song initially, he understood the importance of making it his own. Johnny poured his heart into the performance, and Boys to Men became one of the standout tracks on the album. The Heartbreak album was a massive success, going double platinum. This was Johnny's first taste of real fame, and it brought with it a new set of challenges. The success of the album brought more attention and pressure, but Johnny handled it like a pro. He proved that he was more than just a replacement. He was an integral part of New Edition's new era. However, with fame came personal struggles. Johnny's manager got locked up for drug tea, throwing his career plans into chaos. Despite this major setback, Johnny kept pushing forward. He continued to shine with New Edition, showing the world that he was here to stay. After making waves with New Edition, Johnny was ready to step out on his own. His self-titled solo album dropped, and it made a significant impact. Tracks like Rub You the Right Way and My weren't just hits. They were anthems. Rub You the Right Way shot to the top of the R&B charts, And My had everyone feeling some type of way. Reaching #1 and cementing Johnny's voice was mature beyond his years, making it hard for record labels to figure out how to market him. He wasn't just a kid with a good voice. He had the depth and power of a seasoned artist. This duality made it tricky to appeal to both younger and older audiences. Despite these hurdles, Johnny kept pushing forward. His collaboration with powerhouse producers like Jimmy Jam, Terry Lewis, Babyface, and L.A. Reid on his solo projects brought out the best in his music. These collaborations produced hit after hit, solidifying Johnny's reputation as a solo artist. But the pressure was always there. Each album had to top the last, and the industry was unforgiving. Johnny's album, Provocative, didn't crack the top 10, despite his previous successes. This was a tough pill to swallow, but it didn't break him. Instead, it pushed him to take more control over his music and get involved in writing and production. He began to explore new sounds and styles, working tirelessly to refine his craft. This period of introspection and experimentation proved to be crucial for Johnny, as it helped him develop a more mature and personal approach to his music. Through all the highs and lows, Johnny Gill's solo career showcased his resilience and undeniable talent. He faced obstacles head-on, proving time and again that he had the chops to stay in the game. His perseverance paid off as he continued to release music that resonated with fans and critics alike. His songs often reflected his own struggles and triumphs, making them relatable and deeply personal. Now, let's talk about the roller coaster ride that was Johnny Gill's reunion with New Edition. After making a name for himself as a solo artist, Johnny got the call to rejoin the group for their Home Again album and tour. On paper, it sounded like a dream, bringing all 6 members back together. But in reality, it was a mixed bag of highs and lows. First off, the album Home Again was a massive hit. The lead single Hit Me Off soared to #1 on the R&B charts, and the album went on to achieve great commercial success.
I said, let me take you for a ride.
Fans were hyped to see the legendary group back in action, and their reunion tour sold out shows across the country. On stage, New Edition was fire. Their performances were electric, and each member brought their A-game, creating unforgettable moments for their fans. However, behind the scenes, things were messy. Egos clashed and old tensions resurfaced. Bobby Brown, notorious for his wild behavior, often butted heads with the other members, especially Johnny. The group dynamic was shaky at best, with members forming their own cliques and showing up late to shows, causing chaos and frustration. It wasn't just Bobby's antics. Each member had their own issues, and these internal conflicts made it hard to maintain unity. Financial troubles added another layer of stress. Despite selling out shows, the tour's mismanagement led to significant financial losses. Lawsuits and debts piled up, and the group was on the hook for millions. Johnny, who had always been a consistent and reliable performer, found himself entangled in the legal and financial fallout. He faced mounting debts and legal costs, which forced him to sell off personal possessions, including his home. The Home Again tour eventually got canceled due to the constant conflict, leaving Johnny and the rest of the group to deal with the aftermath. After all the drama with New Edition, Johnny Gill found a new path with LSG, a supergroup formed with Gerald Levert and Keith Sweat. This was a big move for Johnny, who was dealing with the fallout from the New Edition reunion. Joining LSG brought him back into the spotlight and gave him a fresh start. The group's first single, My Body, was a smash hit. It dominated the charts, landing at #1 and staying there for 7 weeks. Johnny, Gerald, and Keith had an undeniable chemistry, blending their unique styles to create something truly special. Their debut album went platinum, and they hit the road, selling out shows and reconnecting with fans. LSG's success marked a high point in Johnny's career, showcasing his versatility and ability to adapt to different musical environments. However, while things were looking up professionally, Johnny faced significant personal challenges that threatened to overshadow his achievements. Rumors about Johnny's preference started swirling, fueled by gossip and innuendo. People began questioning whether Johnny was gay, based on his interactions at parties and his private life. These rumors were persistent and invasive, causing a lot of stress and frustration for Johnny. Despite his efforts to focus on his music, the rumors became a significant distraction, impacting both his personal life and professional image. Initially, Johnny tried to ignore the rumors, hoping they would die down. He believed that his music and talent would speak for themselves, rendering the gossip irrelevant. However, as the rumors persisted and grew louder, Johnny realized he had to address them head-on. He emphasized that his focus was on his music and that the rumors were just distractions from what really mattered. Johnny made it clear that his private life was his own business, and he urged people to judge him based on his artistry rather than unfounded speculations.
Whether it's being called gay, accused of being a thief, accused of being anything, or somebody's lying on you and saying something about you that is not true, it just doesn't feel good.
Despite the rumors and personal struggles, Johnny continued to make music. After LSG's initial success, the group's momentum slowed, and Johnny found himself at another crossroads. Instead of letting the setbacks keep him down, he took control of his career, getting more involved in writing and production. In 2011, 15 years after recording his last solo album, Johnny returned with Still Winning. In 2014, Johnny left Fontana Records and started his own label, J Skills Records. Under his new label, Johnny released the album Game Changer. The album produced several adult R&B radio hits, including the singles Behind Closed Doors and the title track, Game Changer. These songs showcased Johnny's ability to stay relevant in an ever-changing music landscape. His talent and hard work paid off, as the album received critical acclaim and commercial success. In 2017, Johnny joined Fantasia as an opener for Charlie Wilson's In It to Win It tour, which kicked off in February. This tour allowed Johnny to reach new audiences and reconnect with longtime fans. On September 6, 2019, Johnny released his album Game Changer 2. The album continued to build on the success of its predecessor, featuring new hits and showcasing Johnny's growth as an artist. Game Changer 2 was well received by fans and critics alike, proving that Johnny's music had only gotten better with time. Beginning in 2023, Johnny enjoyed a resurgence of popularity with his song Rub You the Right Way on the popular social media app TikTok. Various influencers used the song for their videos, introducing Johnny's music to a younger generation. This newfound popularity on social media breathed new life into Johnny's career, demonstrating the timeless appeal of his music.